And then I got my period and I was like, oh, that makes sense. Hello there, my name is Niamh and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I upload videos twice a week, every Tuesday and every Friday, so you should totally stick around and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure that you have that little notification bell turned on so that you get notified every single time I upload a new video and I feel like you're going to sneeze. Today we are going to be talking all about periods, as you can guess from the title, and if it makes you uncomfortable, if that title made you uncomfortable but you still clicked and listening to me here now saying we're talking about periods, if that all makes you uncomfortable, keep watching, okay? Keep watching, I dare you. The first kind of point is also kind of the introduction to this video, but basically it is that I think we need to be talking about periods more. We need to be more open, we need to get more comfortable, because there's still this little taboo kind of subject about it. I don't know why, because how many people in this world get periods? A lot. But it's still like a sense of awkwardness. It's just still not as talked about as comfortably as it could be and as it should be, in my opinion, I think. So basically I'm just going to be talking about things that I don't hear talked about too often when it comes to periods, and I'm going to talk about them because I like to talk about things that people aren't too comfortable talking about. I don't know. Hope you enjoy this video, I don't know, relate to it a bit, you know, and just, if anything, let this video be the start of you getting more comfortable talking about periods. I think it's so funny how the side effects can be so different each month. Like in general, they're so different for every single person, but like they can also differ from month to month. Like some people don't get too many symptoms. That was me for a while. I miss her. Some people get back pain. Some people get really bad cramps where you literally feel like you could push out a baby. Like honestly, happens to me sometimes. They get so bad that I'm literally like, this is the feeling you get, you hear those stories about people who just have babies out of nowhere and they didn't even know they're pregnant. I'm like, this is the pain they feel, this is it, this is the pain they feel. I'm gonna poop out a baby. Hasn't happened, you know, touch wood. But the side effects are so different every single month, and I don't think that's talked about enough. Like you can have totally different periods every single month, and I think it's normal. I think it's normal. I actually don't know. Do you ever just like forget about symptoms, or forget like how much your hormones can change and how much they can affect you like this sometimes? Like let's talk about my past period. I'm just coming off it and I was so incredibly sad the other day. I was bawling, crying so many times throughout the day, so randomly, and I was like, what is wrong with me? I am so sad. And then I got my period and I was like, oh, that makes sense. But do you ever just like forget? Like there's times that I'm like, why am I in so much pain? And I'm like, oh yeah, my period's coming. Like you just completely forget about your own symptoms. And especially like this month I realized how much it can affect your hormones, because oh my god, I felt all over the place this month. Like just, I went into work and I was like, guys, it's like I'm sad. It's like I'm sad today. I could cry at any point. Okay. Period poops. Oh my god. They are up there with one of the most painful things ever. Pooping on your period. Going to the toilet for a poo. Hurts like God knows what. It's so sore. And do other people get this? I've talked about it before with a few of my friends, very little, but I definitely remember one girl being like, I get those too. Oh my god, it's like you're being stabbed like up your bum or something. Oh my god, it's so painful. So painful. Why do we hide our pads and tampons? And like you know when you're going to the bathroom to change your pad, to change your tampon, whatever, like with pads they can be quite loud and opening them and stuff, but like there's sometimes, don't you hear another person in the stall and you're like, oh my god, I need to change my pad, this is so awkward. Like they're also someone who gets periods, so like why do we feel so awkward? Or maybe it's just me, I don't know, but I feel like it's a lot, you're like trying to like rip the pad off kind of thing. And it's the same with, you know, if you're going to the bathroom in like a restaurant or something, I would like hide my pad like in my top or something, or like hide it somewhere because I'm like, oh my god, I can't let anyone see that I need to change my period or I need to change my pad. why do we do that? Like, why is it so uncomfortable? Like, I saw a tweet lately and it was like, can we please normalize walking to the bathroom with a tampon or with a pad? And I'm like, yes, why can't we normalize that? Why can't I just whip it out and be like, I need to change it? You know, like, it's a big part of my life. It happens to me every single month normally, but that should just be a normal thing that you see when a person is going to the bathroom. I personally do not think it is fair how silent we have to be about our pain. I feel like it's like not really allowed for someone to be like, oh, I'm in agony today, I'm on my period. It's like, you didn't need to tell me. Yeah, but I'm in pain. Like, I'm in a lot of pain. Like, if you have a headache, you're allowed to give out. If you feel like nauseous, if you have a sore hand, like if you know, hurt something, then it's acceptable. Whereas I feel it's not acceptable to complain about your period or to complain about the pain that you're in. Like, there are some times you honestly just can't even move, you're so sore, and you honestly want to call in sick, but it's like, what am I going to say? Oh my god, I'm on my period. It's like, yeah, so what? Like, it's just not acceptable, I feel, to give out about being on your period. But it hurts so much sometimes, and I think we should be allowed to have the right to complain about it. Does this ever happen to anyone else? Please let me know. So generally, when I'm about to get my period, I get really bad cramps the day before it's about to start. Do I ever put on a pad that night, knowing it's gonna come the next day, knowing I will wake up with my period? I always forget to put on a pad. Like, I full on know, I'm like, yep, the cramps are here, it's coming tomorrow. And it was like, was it 2 or 3 months ago? I was getting my cramps and I was like, oh right, it's happening tomorrow. And I was like, put on a pad tonight, Niamh, so you don't ruin another set of underwear. Like, I just always forget to put on the pad when I know full well I'm gonna wake up with my period. Like, anyone else do this? Do you just like not, like, it just doesn't cop with my brain? It's coming tomorrow, put on a pad tonight because you're gonna wake up with blood there. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. The next thing that I really don't feel is talked about, but like, how knowledgeable or not are you about your period? Because I don't feel that knowledgeable. Like, there's sometimes when, do you know, like, certain things come out and you're like, ooh, that looks a bit funky, that doesn't look like normal, what the hell is that? Like, not very long ago, probably within like the last year, I realized that, I hope I'm right in saying this, but the brown kind of blood is blood, older blood. It's like not as oxygenated or something, and like red blood is like newer blood and more oxygenated or something like that. I don't fully know, but it took me a long while before I was like, I should probably research why sometimes it's more brown than red, all that kind of stuff. But like, do you actually know a lot about your period? Because I really don't. Not so long ago, I think I realized that it comes from different sides of your ovaries every second month. Like, one side it comes from your right, one side it comes from your left. Didn't know that for ages. Just like, I just feel there's not a lot of available sources or like very obvious sources out there as to what actually happens on your period or what your period's all about and stuff. And even in school, I feel like you're not taught that well. So, you know, just sometimes I just don't feel like I know enough about my own period, and I've been getting it for what, like 10 years? Do you know? Do you feel the same? I don't think we talk enough about how comfortable the underwear you wear in your period normally is. Like, I call them my granny panties. They're like big ass ones, but they're so comfortable. Oh my god, like, you put it on and you're like, this is so much better than a thong. Like, it really, really is. Oh, I just, you know, I just wish I had the confidence to not care about the like visible panty lines, whatever, when you're wearing like the pants I'm wearing right now are quite, what's the word, huggable. They're hugging my ass a bit, right? So I'd normally wear a thong with it because, I don't know, I've just been trained by society that you shouldn't really be allowed to see your underwear, visible line thing. But in reality, I'd love to be wearing the pants I wear when I have my period. I'd love to. They're just so much comfier. They just really, really are. Isn't it funny? You're either a pad person or you're a tampon person. I feel like people don't, well, I think do tampon wearers kind of normally wear pads then at night time? Like, I'm a pad wearer. I am a pad wearer. I've tried tampons. I feel so uncomfortable with them. I'm just like, oh, I'm very, very aware of it, and I'm like, no, don't like it. I'm a pad girl through and through. And I just think it's funny, like, there's just sometimes, like, I remember in one place I used to work, and a girl was like, does anyone have a pad? And someone was like, no, I have a tampon though. And she's like, God, no. She's like, get that away from me, couldn't be dealing with that. I just think it's so funny that you're either like a pad person or a tampon person. I feel like you really are one or the other, do you know? I don't know, I just find that interesting, that's all. And the last thing we're going to talk about, does your period ever mess with you? Does this ever happen to you? Do you ever like sometimes, like, I get my cramps and I'm like, yeah, it's coming tomorrow, and then it doesn't come tomorrow, but then like throughout the day you're like, all right, you know, do makeup in the morning, like, okay, maybe it's not coming, and then you're like, well, look, I'll chance not wearing a pad, and then next thing you feel something, you're like, crap, this is it, this is my period. You run to the toilet and there's actually nothing there. You're like, what was that thing I just felt come out of me? Like, what the hell? Does that ever happen to you? It happens to me a lot. My period likes to fuck with me, really, really does. Like, just so many times you're like, ah, there it is, I've got it. Oh god, you know, you might be in the car, you're like, crap, I need to go to the toilet straight, blah blah blah, and then you run in home and you're like, ah, and there's nothing there. You're like, what was all that panic for, huh? Why'd you mess with me like that? And that is all I'm going to talk about period wise for now. I don't know, I think it's important to start talking about it more often, because why not? I do hope that you enjoyed this video and that you stuck with it, especially if you are not too comfortable talking about periods yet. I hope just listening to this video kind of made you be like, they're normal, they're so normal, we need to talk about them more often. And that's why I made this video. Just wanted to, I don't know, maybe I entertained you, maybe you found this relatable, you're like, oh yeah, period poops. But anyway, thank you very, very, very much for watching. If you watched the whole way through, I really, really do appreciate you. If you did like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I shall see you when I next see you.